This is Real Tax, Real Insights, straight talk from the EY Center for Tax Policy in Washington, D.C., where we break down the tax policy developments that matter to your business. Today, we're talking about partnerships, how they're used, why there has been a recent increase in their popularity, and what changes may be ahead. Joining me today is Franny Wang. Franny is a principal in the partnership transactions practice in our National Tax Department, and she works closely with a diverse portfolio of clients, including many private equity companies and U.S. and foreign multinational corporations. Franny, it's great to have you. Let's get started. First question, back in 2018, there were a couple changes in the tax system that many thought would dampen the use of partnerships, but that did not happen. Why is that?
Yeah, I think there were two major changes in 2018 that could have had this dampening effect on partnerships. First was a reduction in the corporate tax rate from 35 to 21%. And clients really questioned whether they should continue to operate in partnership form or whether they should convert their partnerships to corporations and really use corporations as their preferred joint venture vehicle going forward. But what we saw from the modeling was that there was no meaningful difference in the after-tax returns of investing in partnership versus corporate form, except maybe in the situation where corporations wanted to retain all their earnings, which wasn't the typical situation. So the reduction in corporate tax rate didn't really have a significant chilling effect on the use of partnerships. And the other was the enactment of the BBA audit rules. The BBA audit rules transformed how partnerships would be audited going forward by putting the burden of any potential underpayments on the partnership as an entity rather than the partners themselves. But I think what we found is that people continue to find the tremendous tax benefits and other benefits of investing in partnership form to far outweigh any detriments.
So if anything, their use has increased. Like, why is that? You pointed out to the flexibility, the optionality.
Yeah, I mean, I think the business environment and what's happening in the business community is driving the use of partnerships, right? To your point, partnerships offer more flexibility than any other type of entity. They offer flexibility in terms of easy entry into a partnership. Any two persons, any two conglomerates can get into a partnership on a tax-efficient basis. There's no control requirements. You just need to contribute property or services and receive back a partnership interest. Once you're operating in a partnership, partnerships can be used to accommodate any desired economic arrangement so long as that arrangement has real economic implications, right? So you can use special allocations. You can use a variety of preferred or common interests. You can invest through debt. And partnerships are not static. You know, as business needs evolve, as the market changes, right, with COVID or the tightening of the credit markets or the public markets, and you need to pivot, partnerships really provide the ideal canvas for doing that.
So partnerships gotten very complicated, their use has increased. Some would say the underlying tax system has not kept up. Do you foresee any changes in the near term or the longer term?
Yeah, I mean, the partnership tax world and landscape is always evolving, right? We've moved from the situation where mom and pop two-person partnerships were really the norm to a world where you see complex partnerships. They may be two-partner partnerships, but you have a waterfall that has, 10 layers, right? Where you're using special allocations, tracking allocations. But I don't see wholesale changes to Subchapter K. I think you've seen some proposals out there that would attempt to return partnerships to their more basic state. But I think that would go too far. I think that would try to eliminate the flexibility that has been the hallmark of Subchapter K since it was enacted.
So at their core, it's a way to accommodate business, whether it's a simple two-party business or it's a more complicated multinational corporations coming together.
That's right. I think that if you take away that flexibility, you're taking away the ability of businesses to really come together and to do something special. Right? The whole purpose of a partnership is for two sides or more than two sides to join together in an operation. If you don't provide them with the flexibility to craft the economic arrangements that they want, I think that would really dampen what the business community can do. And I think that would be contrary to the intent and the purpose of Subchapter K.
Got it. Thank you, Franny, for joining us today. Thank you for your insights. And thank you for tuning in to this episode of Real Tax, Real Insights. Keep an eye out for more episodes featuring leaders from the EY Center for Tax Policy as they unpack today's most pressing tax issues.